What's up, it's your girl Shorty Nick, the sauciest girl in Chicago, and I am here with Do Dirty, aka King Sporty, is live in the studio in the building. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for coming into the studio.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you for having me.
No problem. It's an honor.
Yeah.
You know, I was kind of thrown into it.
Is that right?
Yes, this is a special interview, guys. I'm just gonna let you guys know it's special. So, we about to go ahead and jump into it. So for those people that may not know who you are, introduce yourself, please.
I'm Do Dirty, aka King Sporty, like she say. 39th Street from Newtown Projects, you know what I'm saying? Right off of Cottage Grove, right across the street from the Ivy Wells. You know, the low end for sure.
Okay, you said Newtown. Now, yeah. I know Projects because, Good Times is one of my favorite shows. So, of course, I know the Project. So,
yeah.
You said a project that I'm not familiar with. I know the Robert Taylors, Ivy Wells. So, give me a little bit of insight of your project where you grew up from.
Well, a lot of people ain't never heard of it. That's funny you say that, but I guess that's a good thing, where they say real motherfuckers move in silence, But I'm from Newtown Projects. Actually, it's called Mann Park, but we call it Newtown. Right across the street from the Ivy Wells. Black Disciple, Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now, we were talking a little bit off camera, and I'm glad that you mentioned, like, the Black Disciple and everything, because you gave me a little bit of insight and you kind of schooled me on some things. So can you let my audience know everything that we were talking about off camera? Because I did ask you a question. What was the difference between the Black Disciples and the GDs, which is the Gangster Disciples? Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay, can you just let me know a little bit about that?
Well, both organizations, one Gangster Disciples come up under Larry Hoover, we come up under Shorty Freeman, I'm raised up under Hot Dog, rest in peace to some more incredible guys like Ramrod and Buckshot and Bean and people of that nature, So I'm fortunate to be raised by many, many great guys in this thing, you know what I'm saying? How it all came about with us is that the war started with us with Black Disciple and Gangster Disciple, which goes on to this day. A lot of people don't know their history. A lot of people inherited that war that we're talking about that's going on in Chicago today, but they don't know where it started at. And it actually started right down 39th and Ellis. And the reason why they started is because when Larry Hoover when he actually got indicted in 1997, he pinpointed a guy that we truly love by the name of Chuck, who all those guys from those projects you named, like the Robert Taylors and Stateway Gardens and Ivy Wells and the Ickies, they all loved him too,
Mm-hmm.
But he was murdered, you know what I'm saying? And instead of hold court in court, we hold it in the street. So we decided to branch off from the organization and do our own thing, and we took the whole organization to war. And that's going on as we speak today, that same war,
And that's the war between, like, the BDs and the GDs that's still going on.
Exactly.
So, I know I got my ears to the street just a little bit. I don't know a lot.
Yeah.
I really don't know a lot. But I thought that the gangs weren't really going on. Like, they have crews now.
Yeah, they got crews, but it's still come from the organizations. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They can say they got crews out here on the street, but when they go to jail, what they gonna say?
Oh, I get it. Because it's a chain of command.
Exactly. They gonna still say they're part of these organizations once they get there. They ain't gonna have no choice. You know what I'm saying? So of course, as youngsters, you run with a crew. But even when we speak of the crew thing, we started that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because we was part of these organizations. We stepped outside that, and we're Newtown. A crew and some guys that allies with us called Fifth Ward. You know what I'm saying? I got to give props to them too. Bunch of guys over there that I fucked with and ran with. You know what I'm saying? So even when it comes to crews, we started that. You know, people don't know that. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's the younger guys now. Yeah. So it started with, okay, I get it. Because you mentioned Larry Hoover, and I know everything that's going on with the Kanye West, and we've seen that with the Drake and the concert that they're trying to get Larry Hoover out.
Yeah.
Now, what's your take on that? Because I know the whole songs, and shout out to the BMF, because I ain't gonna lie, if I didn't watch BMF and I didn't watch The Power, I really wouldn't know, like, the whole, things of everything.
Yeah.
I seen the American Gangster, Denzel, I seen all of that. So I know about the Big Meats, Larry Hoover. So tell us a little bit about that, since you were close encounter with that. How was that experience from then to what you're seeing now going on with the the younger generation?
Well, what was going on then is it was very organized. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You had standards that you had to live by. You know, you had to have integrity. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was a war, but it was a real war. It wasn't just people running around shooting at each other for no reason,
Exactly.
shooting each other for no reason. It was meaning behind it, and like I said, you had structure. You know, it was a chain of command. You know, not because you was a follower, or you was a sucker, or you was scary. That's just how it was built up. So when you speak about them fighting to get Larry Hoover released, I don't see nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Because Larry Hoover is a very powerful man. Not only that, very intelligent man. Look what he put together. I think the man went to jail, 17, 18-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Been in jail all 40 years. And look what he built still going on today across this country.
Exactly.
So, how can we ever count him out and say that, what he did ain't such a great thing, but what happened behind it is what makes everybody look at it like it's a terrible thing. So I'm all about that too. Free Larry Hoover, you know what I mean? It's nothing like that. He never did nothing to me, but like I said, the fact that somebody that my project dearly loved and many other projects dearly loved was murdered behind things that went on, then they forced our hand. You know what I'm saying? And that's how that went.
And now I do hear you speak highly of him too. So that would be my next question. What do you think, the difference between the BDs, the GDs, and everything? If we would all come together with everything that's going on with this injustice, with the racial profiling against us, if we were all just to come together, don't you think that we can divide and conquer and just win?
Yeah, of course we can. You know what I mean? With unity, anything can happen, especially amongst black people. Look at the courage we got.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Look at the things that we ain't afraid to do.
Absolutely.
We ain't afraid to hustle all day. We ain't afraid.
Not at all.
We ain't afraid to kill if it has to be done.
Period.
We ain't even afraid to do the time. But the problem is that we got to switch all that energy and turn it into something good. You know what I mean? And do things with that. We got to take those hustles to Wall Street. We got to take them to the real estate companies, you know what I mean, to the construction companies, and we got to start making them things ours. We got to buy our own land. We got to start practicing what our forefathers and ancestors and stuff built for us, to do, what they died for, not to keep dying behind it, you know what I mean? And we're in a good position right now, but, without structure and without listening. See, if you ask me, the problem I think is that you got OGs with wisdom and knowledge and experience, okay? And then you got youth with vision. If you mix the two together, then we outstanding. But first you got to get the OGs to see the vision of the youth. And then you got to get the youth to believe and have faith and experience that the OGs trying to tell them about. And if you can do that, then we got something.
Then we have something. We're winning. Because that's another thing that I was going to say, that you said, Wall Street, property, everything. Because if you think about it, with the big meat, the Larry Hoovers, all the old time gangsters back in the days, it was like they were doing something meaningful. They helped their community. Yeah. They built, they gave jobs, they did everything. But it's not like that no more, because there's no structure. There's no more commandments. There's no more people, following the actual gang structure. So that's why I mentioned like the crews. Because the crews gonna run and do what they want to do. Yeah. They shoot, pow, 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 pow. Yeah. There's no structure about what you're doing. Exactly. So I definitely understand that. That's why I thank you for coming in, because I get the insights. I interview a lot of young rappers, and I interview a lot of young people, but just to see the insight and the vision of someone older that been there, done that, and was doing that time, it's just like, okay, give them a little insight, help them out a little bit. That way we can come together, give a little bit more structure in Chicago, because Chicago, they look down on us. Yeah. Of course, because so much crime, violence.
No question.
Why do you think that is right now?
The crime violence?
Yeah. What's the difference between the crime violence back then and the crime violence that's happening currently now?
Well, as I told you, I'm just being honest with you. A lot of people may not know, but a lot of people who's been around in the 90s, they know I ain't telling no lie. You know what I'm saying? It started with us, and we started that, but we did it for a purpose. A lot of people inherited beef and trauma. A lot of these people, if you sincerely ask them, man, you know, what are you killing for? What's going on? Mm-hmm. They can't tell you because they don't really know. You know what I mean? But not only that, when you put this social media out here and you got these rappers, mm-hmm. you got these actors and shit, you know what I mean, driving these cars and you know, once upon a time you had people looking up, man, I want to be a basketball player. You got basketball players, they want to be drug dealer or gangster.
Exactly.
Just like some rappers. Mm-hmm. Every rapper ain't lived it, you know what I mean? Some really lived it and never got caught, some got caught. But, mm-hmm. you know, people speak about prison and shit like that. I did time for shooting a motherfucker 4 years and 10 months, you know what I'm saying? I did time for pimping, you know what I'm saying? I got homies doing 90 years right now, call me every day, 45 years, 50 years. But when the youth don't know that and they think that, man, I'm going to get away with it as long as don't nobody talk or say nothing, they don't understand. They don't really understand the law. They don't understand what's really going on. Mm-hmm. They don't understand that their friends are going to trade on them, snitch on them. They really mm-hmm. think that this person really loved me. But that's because they've been put in a situation to do that. You know Absolutely. What I'm saying? When you oppressing the people, mm-hmm. you know, and what I mean by oppressing is if you give all the NBA players, all the rappers and the actors all the money, mm-hmm. then what the fuck do everybody by the time you want to go to school to be mm-hmm. a doctor for, to spend 8 years being a lawyer because
of that influence that they see. Because of that influence.
Mm-hmm. When you take a little kid at 3 years old and tell him, man, fuck the police and fuck the president, this and that, then what he want to try to be a politician for when that's need to be reversed. We need more people coming out the neighborhood to be lawyers, mm-hmm. you know, senators, and mm-hmm. things like that, because that's only how we're going to get a fair trial. If we let the enemy set all the rules, then...
And you forgot one, too. You forgot one major one, judges.
Yeah, judges.
We definitely need judges on the benches.
So if they set all the rules, how we going to win the game? If I set the rules mm-hmm. on your show and tell you this how you got to say this and this how it's got to go, then I run you.
That ain't going to happen, y'all. Y'all know that ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. No,
you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we got to start venturing out. Mm-hmm. It can't just always be about the money. We got to understand that we all can't be on this level. Mm-hmm. Some people is only meant to be on this level. Some people meant to be on this level. That's just Absolutely. God's calling for them.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I definitely agree with you. You're definitely coming through, spend some game, give me a different light on my show. So I definitely thank you for coming in, you guys. This is the one because this was unexpected. So I definitely, and then you're teaching me something too. Give me a little insight of some things that I never knew about my city.
Yeah.
You know, because you watch and you hear stories about, you know, Larry Hoover, Frank Lucas, and, you know, all of them. But for someone that actually knew and, you know, ran through it, it's like, dang, that's what happened. And then at the same time, too, the difference between the 90s and now what's going on. Mm-hmm. Because it's a totally different... I'm an 80s baby, okay? Yeah, for sure. So I'm not young, so I know the difference from what I see right now. Yeah. And then two people, you know, that sold drugs, that did this and did that. They actually took care of their community.
Right. Yeah.
We not doing that no more.
No.
We definitely not doing that no more. And I think you said an important part, which is like social media.
Yeah.
And then also too the influence with like rappers, and then too it's like a facade too as well.
Ain't no question.
It's a facade too as well, and not just saying that. It's because they have to maintain that image.
Ain't no question.
You have to maintain the image. Okay, you actually grew up with that.
Yeah.
You was a gang member.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But for those people that don't know that have never lived that, but they have to imitate that.
Yeah.
That can be kind of hard.
Yeah, it can be hard and dangerous.
Exactly, and that's what I was going to ask you. So could that contribute to why some of all these rappers are getting killed?
Yeah, ain't no question, because when you want to live a life that you ain't really living, you know, it's different levels. You may got somebody who carry a gun, but he's screaming, "Here, killer." But then you got a guy that's out here literally killing every day. You can't put yourself in the same category as him. Mm-hmm. You got drug dealers. Yeah, he might be one that's buying an ounce of weed, but then you got a guy buying 100 pounds of weed. You can't go rap and say, "Oh, I was a dude getting money," mm-hmm. because it's a different level. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's just like, you know, what I converted over to Pimp'n. You know what I'm saying? You got guys that got girls out here on the internet, girls in the strip club, girls on the track, girls flying on jets and yachts. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all the same level.
Okay, so let me stop you right quick. So you just gonna throw the Pimp'n in there? Yeah. That's why I was thinking that you was gonna say I converted to a Muslim. However, you said I converted to Pimp'n.
Oh, yeah,
okay. Okay. Well, you know, we gonna dive in. Okay. Yeah. So that's what got you out the gang of the, you know, being a gangster is the Pimp'n.
Well, I'm always gonna be that at heart, but it just don't make sense to me that, man, what I'm gonna keep killing my own people for, man. You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna do that and then go sit and do life for these people for? That just don't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's a harsh consequence to pay for that, but it's a harsh consequence to pay for Pimp'n too. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's what I chose to put my faith in. You know, that's just me, you know. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying I did the right thing. I'm not doing it am I active doing any of this? No.
So you retired Pimp'n too?
Well, I retired from the game. It's all the game.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm just sitting back living a normal life because it's meant to go be all used as a stepping stone when it's all said and done. You know, sometimes we forced to be in situations, you know what I'm saying? And when you be put in a situation, it ain't meant always to play it out for your whole life. Sometimes it's meant to be stepping stone. So now I'm actually putting a magazine out, you know what I mean? Okay. I'm actually a published author. Got books published on Amazon as we speak.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? Things like that. You know?
So we turned the negative into a positive.
Yeah, and continuously trying to do it every day.
Absolutely. Now from that negative, you did books. Yeah. You're an author. Yeah. You did magazines. Yeah. Next, I can see like some movie or something.
Yeah, well, that's all in the thing. We write scripts, trying to send them to the Writers Guild. Okay. Trying to see what their proposition is about these stories. Okay. And things like that. Because the thing is, if they want the real, they got to pay for it, and we'll give it to them. The real though, not the bullshit. Mm-hmm. Not all this bullshit they putting. You know what I mean? All this shit they over exaggerating and lying about. We talking about the real. You know, because like I told you, I seen project builders doing $30,000 a day, $40,000 a day. I seen this with my own eyes. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Me and all my friends dropped out of school at an early age, but that was by force. Right. You know, and some people may say, man, well, why? Why is it by force? Because when you can't go to high school because dudes that's shooting at you every day, that's in their territory, their neighborhood, what else can we do? You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no choice but to drop out. And it's a sad situation, but that's how it really is, you know?
So how did you survive to this point? Was it Pimp'n? Or how did you survive that you can sit down right now and tell your story and have so much success from the negative to the positive?
Understanding. Listening to people who had better understanding than me, who was more wise than me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Not thinking that just because a dope fiend is a dope fiend or alcoholic is an alcoholic, that the shit he's saying don't make sense. You know? But now I had to pay consequences. It wasn't easy. Like I said, I shot somebody. And I had never believed that somebody would tell on me. But I wound up shooting somebody who I shot, and he testified on me on the stand. And I was like, damn. I went to trial because I didn't believe that was going to happen.
It happened, right.
But it happened. And I wound up serving 4 years and 10 months flat for it at 17 years old. You know what I'm saying? So, and things like that is what made me start to realize, like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Some people that I would have died for, they weren't there. You know what I mean? Some people that I would have killed for, they weren't there. You know what I'm saying?
When you get into that hard bind,
they ain't there.
They ain't there.
You don't hear from your friends.
Absolutely.
Not saying that they bad people, but, you know, it's just that life goes on, man. You know what I'm saying? When you're a credible, strong person, people seem to believe that you really don't need people sometimes.
Can you just like look right into there and just say it again? Just let everybody know, because it may be somebody that needs to hear that message.
Yeah, when you get in hard situations, sometimes people don't believe that you need somebody. They think, hey man, I got it. Some people just ain't there because they was hating the whole time on you or they disliked you. But, you know, the truth of the matter is that, you know, all you really got is yourself. And this is what it really comes down to, you know. Is you willing to do life in prison away from your family and people that really love you to find out that people that you would have died for don't give a fuck about you, won't send you 25 cents, but they smoking 50 sacks of loud all day. You know what I mean? They spending money on Gucci and Louis shoes and shit and trying to fuck on your baby mama and all these things you thought they would have never did, you know?
Preachers?
You know, so
okay.
That's what it come down to.
Okay, all right. And I'm glad that you said that because you're keeping it real. So it's all about keeping it real. Yeah. And with that being said, I know you slid into Pimp'n on me because I'm like, I thought it was the Muslim, but you converted to being a pimp. No. Don Juan. Did Don Juan have something to do with this?
No.
Do you know Don Juan?
No, I've run across his path a couple times, but it ain't got nothing to do with my pimping. You know what I'm saying? No.
So what made you want to start being a pimp?
Well, you know, when I was doing my time, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I had no homies there, but the same girls that I went around with, they was there. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I got around some old players and shit, man, you know, was doing time. And, you know, they think that, damn, man, these girls fly all the way to different states and shit to come see you and fuck with you, man, you know. But I think they just doing it for investment. You know, they doing it because they know you going to come back out and do what you used to do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And they want to have their investment together, you know. So, you know, I just started talking to them about a different lifestyle, different shit that I wanted to do. And I didn't want to risk my life doing it. You know what I mean? I had found out a new way that I could do it. And I had girlfriends that was willing to do it. You know what I'm saying? And they took the chance for me.
So you had multiple girlfriends at the same time?
Oh, yeah, ain't no question. You know what I'm saying? Oh. One too close to none, as they say. You know
wow.
Yeah.
So, okay. Goddamn. Okay, so I have to ask this question. What's the most girlfriends that you had at one time?
Well, I had 5 at one time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I had 5 at one time doing their thing for me. You know what I'm saying? Getting money completely on.
Okay, so they were doing their thing. They wasn't doing you.
Well, they were doing their thing. They were doing what they're supposed to be doing.
And what's that?
Going where they've been showed and doing what they've been told.
Okay, so you got to give it to me. Give it to me. This is saucy experience.
Get money. Get money.
That was fucking.
Hey, I ain't gonna say they was all just fucking, because I had girls that ain't have to touch a trick when they listen to good game that I gave them. See, sometimes girls listen to good game that I told them and they ain't never have to touch a trick. You know what I'm saying? They just went and did what I told them, said the things I told them to say with their own things. You know, naturally, you know how your women are. Y'all come with, you know, y'all born with shit to say to a man to get them, to impress him, to get them to do what y'all want to do. Yeah, so many of them did that, man. So some of them had to fuck, man, and some of them ain't did shit. Some of them sat there and sold game, conversation, and time.
And that set a lifestyle for you.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Yeah, bought me Cadillac, Benzes, you know what I'm saying? All that shit, you know? All the shit that people dream about having.
I'm in the wrong motherfucking business, obviously. I'm like, wait, what?
No, you're in the right business because you're sitting here getting the pleasure to interview people like me.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And this is great because I never really sat down with an individual that lived that type of lifestyle. Of course, I hear it, you know. But just to actually be in the present is kind of like, did that really happen? Yeah. And I'm going to tell y'all something, because he got somebody sitting outside, so I ain't going to lie about that. You know, he's doing his thing. He's not lying. He's definitely not in here capping. So, we do play a game, no cap. Okay. And, you know, I'm going to play that with you because you definitely is probably the first person that I can sit up here and say you really ain't capping.
No, it ain't no capping.
You stepped in with facts. You even placed the phone call. So I'm like, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't no time to be playing. We ain't playing, you know.
Okay.
Real recognize real, so I don't want nobody to recognize me to be nothing else but real, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And that's something I'm willing to die about, my reputation, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like I said, I'm working hard to do the right shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
Just turn it around.
Yeah. For sure.
So that's crazy. All right, so we're gonna get into a little bit more pimping. So from transitioning from being the gangster to pimping, the first time that you knew, okay, I can do this, how was that feeling?
Oh, the first time I knew I could do it, I was sitting in the penitentiary, you know what I'm saying? So I was sitting there actually, and a friend of mine, he was talking to a lady that he was dealing with, and she said, hey man, you know, my old lady gonna come up here, but her daughter's gonna come up here and drive her up here, you know what I mean? Let me put her on your visit list, man, so she don't be in my business. So he put his girlfriend daughter on my visit list. Me and her used to just talk, you know, and I used to tell her about the dreams I have and the things I'm gonna go do when I get released, you know. And believe it or not, I promise you, I swear to God, man, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, no capping, you know. She told me, she said, hey man, you know, I'm gonna turn 21 in about 3 months, and I'm gonna get about, I think it was about 23,000, you know. And she said, how much you want of it? I said, I want it all. And she said, you want it all? I said, yeah. She said, all right, I'll send it all to you. But me being a rookie to the shit, you know what I'm saying, and green, you know, I was like, she lying. So then I was like, hey man, you know, won't you do this for your mom and them, do this for your mom and them, you know, kind of talking myself out of the shit. It's some square shit. And you know, believe it or not, to make a long story short, she sent me $12,000 into the penitentiary, you know what I'm saying? So when she did that, I was like, damn, you know. So when she did that, you know, I started turning her around. I started telling her, you know, go to the gym, get yourself together, because you got to be ready when we get out, you know. Well, while she was coming to see me, we met an Italian girl, white girl, who was coming to see another dude who I ain't had no clue about. And she asked my girl outside the visit room one day about her boots and things like that. And I wound up knocking her, you know what I'm saying? And then they wound up teaming up with me.
But knocking her, what does that mean?
Well, knocking her mean peeling her off from her boyfriend, you know. Getting her to leave him and come fuck with me, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, so when she did that, you know what I'm saying, I went on and went to commissary one day when the girl got with me. I told her, block her boyfriend from being able to call from prison and all this shit, you know what I'm saying, and got her a new phone and all that. And I went to commissary, you know what I'm saying?
And this is all word of mouth.
This is all word of mouth.
While you're behind.
While I'm behind. But I never touched her, laid hands on her, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so she came and got with me, you know what I'm saying? And then I knew it was on from there. And, you know, I got with some OG niggas who knew the game, you know. They started lacing me up with more game. I listened like I'm supposed to do. And shit, when I got out, I got on the highway. Started going to New York City, Las Vegas, you know what I'm saying? Orlando, Florida, many different places, you know.
So you had different women from different cities, different states, state to state.
Yeah, state to state, different states.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, so and I just traveled and we just got money, you know what I'm saying? And I just left all the other shit alone completely. You know what I'm saying? I even cut off some of my friends, you know, because I just knew that ain't what I liked to do. I knew what I was doing. Pimping was what I was called to do, you know, so that's what I was enjoying doing.
Okay. Now, the total, if you can calculate, how many total women have you actually pimped since you started? How many total women have you had?
Well, there's been a lot. I can't say total because I'll be forgetting some, but it's been a lot. You can bet money on that. It's been more than a handful for sure. More than 2 handfuls. You know what I mean? Yeah, for sure.
So have these women ever caught like feelings?
Yeah, all the time. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Hey, but that ain't the problem. I've caught feelings for them too. You know what I'm saying? Who ain't gonna love a woman who go out, do her thing every day, suck dicks, fuck, swallow cum, do all these things to get your money to make sure you ain't got to do nothing but live the life of your dream.
Really keeping this saucy. I love it.
Who ain't gonna care about it? The man who say he don't, then he bring it to me. You like, well, just introduce this girl to me.
Oh, say that one more time.
Introduce her to me. Hey, if you ain't been in love, ladies, and you feel like you ain't been loved to care about, get with me, King Sporty. You understand? Come fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure, though. You know. Yeah.
Wow. I guess and you're serious.
I'm dead serious. You know?
You're really serious about this.
But remember, ain't no romance without finance. Keep that in mind, though. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no romance without finance.
Definitely not. Ain't nobody finna keep laying down with no broke niggas. That's what some of these women need to understand. Yeah. That when you lay down with niggas that ain't about shit, you don't get nowhere. You stay stuck.
Yeah, ain't no question.
You got to be on that same level. Yeah. Or we gonna be stuck. Or we gonna be imbalanced.
Ain't no question. It'd be 2 unhappy motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to treat me like Charlie Brown. How she treat Charlie Brown? You know, the cartoon.
I know Charlie Brown.
Every time Charlie came around, she kicked him down.
Charlie. Exactly.
But then when she got fucked up, what she do? Come here, Charlie.
Come here,
Charlie. You ain't do that to me.
No, exactly.
Do that to the mother suckers. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what a lot of men need to understand, though. You need to have something of your own. Because nowadays, of course, the roles are kind of reversed. Yeah, that now, us, the women, we're kind of the breadwinners, so to speak. Yeah. You know, times are changing and everything. But I feel like with the economy changing, with the coronavirus and everything.
Hold on before you go further. Understand this. It ain't no problem with a woman being a breadwinner. Let's understand that. But the problem is that The problem come when men can't think no more. See, I'm cool with you being a breadwinner. I want you to be a breadwinner. I encourage you that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm the thinker.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? So that's the problem we have in a relationship today. The men can't think no more.
Weak men.
Weak men. Exactly.
Weak men.
Exactly.
Weak men. And those are the men that want to sit at home and sit on their ass.
Play video games.
And don't want to do shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Play video games all day.
Yeah, want to play video games. Don't want to go get it. But, you know, we got some men that do play video games and they do get it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's different levels to it. But I get what you're saying. Them weak men that don't want to do nothing.
Yeah.
Those are the problems. But, again, those are sometimes the women that allow them to be the problem.
Ain't no question.
You know?
Yeah.
Because if you enable a man, of course, what he going to do? Stay enabled.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I probably can pimp a little bit too. No.
Hey, man,
Probably can do a little.
as they say, the only thing you can do is try.
No, I'm cool.
You know
It was just a little jokey joke. No pimping over here. I'm cool.
You know.
Not my stilo. But I do want to talk about the magazine. Let's jump into the magazine first, and then we're gonna go ahead and get into the book. Let's talk about this magazine that you're about to put out.
Well, it's called Jewel Make and Model. We're working on it right now as we speak. Actually, the girl that you spoke on being outside, she's actually my first model that I'm speaking on. She's going to be in it. It's a non-nude magazine, but a very sexy, what we would call urban magazine. You know what I'm saying? So we're working on that and be looking for it because it's going to be coming to a town near you. I don't care what city or state you're in. You're going to see it. You're going to hear about it, you know. We're going to be doing big auditions, you know what I mean, all around this country, state to state. Through social media, through in person, and through flyers, through it all, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to get the best women in the world to come fuck with us, you know what I'm saying? Get a men and get a women as well, and just society something more classy to look forward to. Not only is we going to have girls doing modeling in it, but we're going to be looking for women to empower too. So we're going to be finding women who's firefighters and women who's police officers. Just to be in the magazine and just give an interview about how hard it is. You know, women who work at factories, who's being managers. You know what I mean? Who's working hard, and we want to know how hard is it to do a man's job. You know, because we want you to encourage women too. You know what I'm saying? We want y'all to know that being sexy don't mean you a hoe. You know, it don't mean you a slut. It just means that you know you blessed.
Mm-hmm.
You blessed. You know, so that's what Making Model magazine is all about. You know what I'm saying? So we got Making Model coming. Yeah, I'm very excited about it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
I definitely love that. I love that concept because it's bringing something urban to us. It's not the people's magazine. It's not the, it's something urban that our culture can relate to.
No question.
So I definitely do love that. We're going to jump to the book because I love when I see black people because I had a self-author in here. She's a publisher, all that. She got her own company, everything. And she was very much encouraging our people to be authors. You know, put your own book out there, put your story out there, and you can do it.
Yeah.
Because so many times, it's a lot of people that write books.
Yeah.
It's children out here writing books, so to speak.
No question.
So for you to come out and tell your story, I feel like that's definitely something good.
Yeah.
So what led you to wanting to go ahead and self-publish your own book and to be an author?
Well, the reason I wanted to do that, first, what started me to write and want to be an author is because when I was sitting in prison doing my time, I actually was writing letters and things like that to my daughter, and she was a little girl, so she didn't understand what was going on, so I had to write pictures and draw stick men and all that, just, you know what I mean, to give her something to be excited about when she heard from her dad. So that's the first thing I did. I wound up writing a children's book, which is called Aisha's Adventure on Amazon by Jamal Brown, so I wrote that, you know what I mean, and published that. Well, then, when all this happened as far as the pimping went on and the charges, I kind of got very offended about how the government do pimps. I found out how they was giving pimps 50, 60 years, how they started trying to make pimps register as sex offenders, how they started doing all them things, right? So,
okay, I'm sorry. That's the timeout. I'm sorry. You keep throwing things under.
What's under?
You said the charges with
You
the
asked about
pimp. I didn't know about that. The charges. Okay, we're gonna talk about that too. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because I didn't know we had the charges with the pimping.
Oh yeah.
I just thought it was the first charges you were talking about.
No.
You got charged for that?
For promoting prostitution. Yeah, they charged me for it. It ain't legal. You know what I'm saying? So a girl of mine got upset from Louisville, Kentucky. She got very upset about what was going on. You know what I mean? She went and told the FBI all kind of shit, you know, so they came at me, you know what I mean? And they came at me and they tried to say, oh man, you forcing these girls, because that's what they do. They take a pimp and they say, if a pimp, anytime a girl tell, they want to label it as force. They want to say, you forcing a girl.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had to prove to them that it wasn't forced, you know, and I had to get them, my lawyer, to contact the grandma and them and her aunties to show these people that, no, he ain't forced her. She went with him voluntarily.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So once I started learning the law about promoting prostitution and things like that, is when I started to say, damn, you know what I'm saying? This is deeper than I ever thought. This ain't just no fun shit to make money. These people are really very upset about what's going on. Like, they really holding grudges, you know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at them giving pimps, they couldn't give it to me, but I'm looking at them giving pimps 100 years and 50 years and 60 years. And don't get me wrong, you know, you got a lot of pimps, man, that did fucked up shit, you know, that's fucking with minors and fucking with underage women, and that ain't to be tolerated, you know. I'm totally against that too, you know what I'm saying? But when you got a girl who y'all know freely, willingly got with a guy who's up, and this girl's of age, and she doing this, but then she knows when she get mad, she can take a way out and tell y'all to crucify him, and y'all want to give him 50, 60 years, y'all want to take pimps and try to start calling them sex offenders and all this dumb shit. Oh, wow. That's when I took it personal. So I was like, damn, you know, how is the world going to know about this if I don't tell them? Because they only see what they put on the news. They only see what the media's saying.
So they had you on the news?
Well, they had me in newspapers in St. Louis and Missouri and shit like that, you know, about the charge and all this when it first kicked off.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I wrote a book about it, and I expressed and talked about how, you know, I ain't forced no bitch to never go sell her pussy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never forced nobody to come fuck with me anyway, you know? If you don't want to fuck with me, I don't want you to fuck with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I talked about all that. I talked about these politics and how they the ones who really raping women. Look what just happened. Look what happened with Jeffrey Einstein, you know? And look how all of a sudden he dead inside prison and the camera went on. Yeah. But he got pictures of Donald Trump.
Oh, he got a lot of pictures of everything.
You got this girl saying the prince over there fucked her and all this, but ain't none of them in jail. Ain't none of them been crucified. Ain't none of them been registered as sex offenders. But you gonna do this to a black man because you upset that a black man could drive Rolls Royces and Ferraris and Lamborghinis and live next door in big old mansions because he dealing with a white woman that's going to get money from y'all. So I took that personal. You know what I'm saying? That's what made me write the book about the pimping. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And that book is it out already or what's going
I
on?
self-published that. You know what I'm saying? So I sell it myself. I don't even want Amazon to get a cut of it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, people see me out and about. I'm selling it hand to hand, straight out the trunk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And what's the title of the book? Do you mind?
I call it Who You Calling Rapists. You know what I'm saying? Because you labeling pimps as rapists. Y'all the rapists. You know what I'm saying? You know, y'all been raping motherfuckers since the beginning of the time. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what I call it, you know. And Amazon told me, hey, man, you know, this one is, maybe you should change the title. I ain't changing no title. This shit real. You know what I'm saying? I mean everything I say. I'm willing to die for it. You know what I mean? So,
wow. Yeah. That's deep. And I definitely appreciate you for coming on and laying that flat out. Because a lot of people probably wouldn't want to put that out there. You know, they'll probably be intimidated by, you know, exactly. They'll be intimidated because a lot of things that you kind of put out there, you get shut up about.
Ain't no question.
So I definitely appreciate you for giving me the real raw and uncut. Because it is a saucy experience. So we definitely appreciate you coming over. Like, at first, I ain't even gonna lie, y'all.
Caught you off guard.
They caught me off guard.
Hit you like a ton of bricks, didn't you?
I'm like, huh?
But that's what this pimping to do to you, though. It hit you like a ton of bricks. Whoa, hold on, what you say?
He said, he kept slitting. He slid in the pimping.
Well, I ain't never want you to miss nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because later down the line, I want you to be like, man, that's a cool ass dude. Oh, man, wait, he's a what? No, I want you to know, like, no, man, I fuck with that dude. I met him, and he was real, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's what I can say about him. I don't know about the rest of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Absolutely. You definitely came in here. You kept it real. Yeah. You know, we kept you in here a little bit longer because everything was, like, a little unexpected. But I do want to play a little game with you before I get you up out of here. Since you were so real, and you came through the door pimping and sliding things under, you know. So, it's a game that I do have, and it's called No Cap. Okay?
Yeah.
So, you have not been capping. Okay. So, we got some questions.
All right.
They're not in the cap right now.
Okay.
Okay, we can put them in the cap. We're going to put them in the cap right quick. We're going to shake it up for you a little bit. And then you're going to pull them. And then you're going to definitely answer them. Hopefully, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, so you're not gonna answer all these questions, so we just gonna give you a little bit of them.
Okay.
And we gonna shake them up, and if you cap, you have to drink. Okay. I'm gonna read them. I'm gonna answer them, and you're gonna answer them.
Okay.
All right. No cap. If you can make out with one celebrity female artist, who would it be?
Who would it be?
Mm-hmm.
Which one the richest? Which one the richest? Is it Oprah?
Probably Oprah.
Yeah, well, Oprah. You know what I'm saying? I need the one with the money. You know what I'm saying?
How you gonna pimp Oprah?
Hey, man, I'm asking for something for sure.
Oh, wait.
Question.
One celebrity artist I probably would say would be Rihanna.
Oh, I like that. Maybe I can make that happen. I know some people that know some people.
You will not be trying to...
I know some people that know some people.
I'm okay.
Oh, okay.
It's a fantasy.
Well, you better drink because you capping then.
Oh, no.
You just said you're okay. You got to drink. Drink. You just said...
Okay, yeah, if you can make it happen, then yeah. You call me.
I said I can make it happen. You said no, don't do that.
Okay, yeah.
Drink. Let's go, y'all.
Okay, all right.
Tell her, y'all. You know?
Okay, there we go. Go ahead.
Okay.
You know what? It's time to get the hell up out of here. Your pimping ass is gone.
Yeah.
All right. Cash Doll or Doja Cat?
5 p.m. Right
I
now.
don't know who Doja Cat is, so I gotta say Cash Doll.
You don't know who Doja Cat is?
No. I don't know who that is.
A lot of people probably don't know who she is, but she's kind of a new artist. So
Okay.
you said Cash Doll. Cash Doll was on BML. I didn't know that was her until I seen the credits. So yeah, she doing her thing. It'll be neither one of them.
That's cool. Neither one of them for you?
No.
You don't like neither one of them?
No, I'm good. Oh, this is boring. But Harold's or Uncle Remus?
Harold's.
Of course, thank you. Harold's all day long. All right, we gonna do two a little bit more. What's your dirtiest sexual fantasy? You probably got a lot. Jesus Christ.
Dirty sexual fantasy.
What's your dirtiest sexual fantasy?
To get Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera to fuck on top of $1 million and give it to me when they done.
Oh, he is coming through with the real.
Yeah, it's the truth.
Well, I'm just gonna say
You silly, you know that?
Okay, I'm just gonna do a little step.
Okay. You know.
I'm not telling my business. Go ahead.
You ain't well, you got to tell us, even though you're drunk. Let us hear it now. This your fans. They got to hear it. Come on, y'all. They got to hear it. Tell us. Tell us.
No.
I can tell you what you're thinking.
What am I thinking?
Me and you on a big yacht.
Hell no.
Me and you on a big yacht, right? Okay.
No. It'll get me killed. No. No, sir. Nope.
Tell them don't kill you.
No. You tell them. Okay. If your mama looked good, if your girl mama looked good and she made a pass at you, would you smash? This is a no-brainer.
No, I ain't gonna do that. I'm a man of integrity. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I ain't gonna do that.
You ain't gonna do that.
No, I'm a man of class. I still got integrity.
Cause it's back like, oh, you lying.
No, I'm telling the truth.
So you never pimped a mother and a daughter?
No, but that would have been a hell of a thing to do. But I never did it. But I had two sisters before.
Okay, you hit two sisters.
I had two sisters, pimping on both of them.
Okay.
Russians, to be exact. Yeah.
Okay. We go to mama. All right.
Cuz remember, I brought him over to the crib and studio that night. You remember what I'm talking about? Yeah, I had two sisters.
Okay, so now this one you're not a rapper, so I'm not doing.
I am wrapped up in a pimpin' for sure. I'm wrapped up in a pimpin', that's for sure.
This guy. This really is,
What is it?
Towards the rapper. It says 106 in Park or TRL. One more and then we're up out of here. Yeah. Okay, this is cool. I like this one. Okay. Nicki Minaj or Carly B?
Nicki Minaj, she got more money.
Really? You think so? Carly B just gave Offset $2 million?
Yeah, they said Nicki Minaj worth what, 75, 80 million. Shit, I got to have her. Plus, I don't want the artificial, I want the original. No cap. No cap.
Okay, so what you mean about that? Break that down just a little bit more.
Well, if you ask me, my opinion, I just think Cardi B, and there ain't nothing wrong with that, but I think she just walked in the footsteps of Nicki. I think she wanted to be a reflection of her, and there ain't nothing wrong with that, but I want the original.
So do you think, I think everybody did a little stepping stone for everybody, because wouldn't you say that maybe Lil' Kim did something for Nicki or no?
Yeah, I would say that Lil' Kim set the standard high. But when it comes to this day of time, you asked me about Cardi B and Nicki Minaj.
Oh, I love me some Nicki. I'm sorry, I love Nicki.
I'm rolling with Nicki.
Okay.
Rolling with Nicki.
Yes. Thank you. I want to say I thank you for coming on.
Yes.
You know.
Sure, thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you. Yes, it was definitely fun. You came through with the real.
Ain't no question.
The raw.
Yeah.
And the uncut.
Yeah.
That's the first. I could say that's pretty much like the first that ever really happened, because you really didn't cap, so you didn't drink, so okay.
So
you came through with the real. So can you let everybody know, how they can support you, if there's anything that they can look out for too, how they can support the magazine, of course if they want to pull up with the book, or if they can find someone, maybe the cousin, they can get the book and they can support you. Put that out there.
Well, we keep it real low key, but I'll tell you what you can do. You can support the magazine, just wait on it, you'll see it coming to somewhere near you. I'm going to send her one, so I know she'll talk about it. I'll probably send the models to come talk to her too. So y'all will see it live. And by the way, man, we got the record label coming, Scud Nation, you know what I'm saying? Look out for us, you know what I'm saying? Blaze Scud Nation. February 14th album out. It's True still out. You know what I'm saying? We coming to a city near you. Just be prepared. Scud.
All right, y'all. And it's your girl, Shorty Nick. Of course, you guys can follow me on IG at Shorty Nick. Snapchat at Shorty Nick. Facebook at Shorty Nick Real. Don't forget to follow the company page, which is Sauce Media Entertainment. We got somebody that's behind the camera. He may not want to go ahead and say something, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to bring him from behind the camera so he can go ahead and shout out his social media, and he can definitely let everybody know who he is, because he was definitely behind everything. So I do want to thank him for this opportunity. He's a great friend of mine. We met at the All-Star game. He does his thing. He's definitely an artist. He has his own record label. Yeah, definitely a great guy. I want you guys to support him. And he's about to come introduce himself and let you guys know who he is. And yeah, I interviewed him before. If you guys ever seen the Saucy Girls, he was definitely on the Saucy Girls, and he did debut his song. So, Big Los is about to come in and introduce himself.
Sure.
What's up? Man, what's good, everybody? Y'all know it's your boy Big Los. Know That Entertainment. Chilling with the Saucy Experience, Shorty Nick. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Blaze Scud Nation. Shout out to everybody on the east side. What's good?
All right. Well, thank you again.
Yeah, for sure.
I was thrown up into this, but I was glad that it happened. So I just want to say thank you guys for coming in.
They said ain't what you know, it's who you know.
There we go.
Hey, I appreciate you too, Shorty Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Know that.
Yes. And on that note, guys, again, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. We got more interviews coming today, so this won't be the only interview. We got 2 interviews coming up. I'm going to tell y'all the 2 interviews. I'm just going to go ahead and let y'all know. We got one at 7 and we got one at 8:30. Stay tuned to it. If you follow my story, you're going to see both of them. One of the 2 artists, they've been here before. So stay tuned on that note. I'm going to holler at y'all later.